And the puck's dropped. Remember, it stays down in the end where it was previous, because it's a nice Hunter. Well played. He made that save before the shot left the stick. Nicely done, Hunter. This is not the start of a period reminder. It is the continuation of the second. Oh my gosh. Any save on Jack McCamey's worth 2 in my opinion. It's hard for these goalies to come out and get action right away like that. Before the game starts, they have about a 5-minute warm-up, and depending how that goes, you could see it in the play of the goalies. It really does matter. And in this resumption of the second half of the game, there's none of that. They're just out there and playing. So both of them tested early, both of them passing. I do realize that no real-time pass if you're watching this in discontinued videos. It was quite a long break here as parents continue to mourn and celebrate Xavier. But ultimately it's beautiful and loving and meaningful. And important. It's only been 9 days, so I guess 10, right? Monday to Saturday. Oh God, I guess 12. 12. But made it look easy. Still lots of hugs going around, some tears, some smiles. And I say that as honor the boy and just share with, I know more than nobody watching this is going through it as well. So, as much as is possible, we're all in this together and supporting each other as much as we can. Whatever side of this screen you're on. $23,000 views, I will note, on that boy's celebration of life. If you don't know who he is and lack perspective on just how special he was, that's how special he was. Hundreds and hundreds of people there to celebrate him. It was a king send-off. And nothing more than fitting. Okay, back to the hockey here. We got Peninsula going into the box for a cross check. I have one of my many ongoing corrections, self-corrections to make. The goal scored by number 4, who's on the left wing right there, was not Weston McKinnon. I talked to Weston's mother, and that's not him. And we don't know who he is, but as she said, he's quite the player, and I agree completely. And I can be mistaken, being forgiven for mistaking him for Weston, because it was a Weston style goal. But Weston is wearing 41 or 44, I believe she said. So I honestly don't know who that number 4 is. I would need a good look at his face. This way. That's Kerry Park hockey there on the power play. Peninsula rushing down. 4 blue jerseys coming back to support. Oh my gosh, Finley. Finley is such a solid D who contributes so much offensively as well. Given his size, number 5 there, you'd think he's a second year, but he's not. Good hustle there by him. He's going to take a penalty there, but I think it was a good one. A smart one, a hustle play, and they have prevented a goal. Good hustle, Finley. Good hustle, buddy. Both ends. Way to be. There's such a thing as a good penalty, and that was definitely one of them. Followers of his team might, in previous seasons, might know that he's been given here and there to take some, sometimes just due to his size, people running into him and falling down. But he's been known to run into a few people and knock them down too, so it's good to make the distinction on a good hard hustle play that might have taken away a A+ scoring chance, and the kind that you do want to eliminate from your game. Finley, I can confirm, is 11 years old, has had his birthday this year, but not 11 by a lot. So yeah, grade 6 and grade 7, these kids. amazing when you see how good they are at this sport. If you put on some like 1978 NHL, the players kind of move like this. That's how much the game has grown and developed and evolved. Obviously not physically, but in terms of skill and hockey sense and strategic optimization, these guys are where the people we grew up watching were in the highest level, highest league in the world. I also like when you watch these minor levels of hockey, how much it contributes to appreciating the higher levels. Hang on, Jackson's got a breakaway. Oh, so well played by the goalie. Honestly, we had a great angle of it there. He took away everything. Jackson had nothing there, just the two far edges. Oh, I think they nailed Ollie for nailing 19. Really well played by that goalie. He's not even going to count as a shot on goal, but forced the shot wide. Gave Jackson as little as there was to give him. He went wide left with it, obviously, and it bounced out to the right, which almost operated as a pass to himself, but not quite. Really good, skillful play by Jackson. But also facing excellent goaltending down there. All right, and then Ollie rode the player out on the board. I can't argue with that penalty. Those two probably are right now, but all right, so we got a Christmas tree scoreboard going on up there. Bottom line being, it's going to be a 4-on-3 for 16 seconds, and barring any scoring, it'll be a 5-on-3. Sorry, 4-on-3 now, and then it'll be a 5-on-3 after that. So 6 seconds to go here. Really good time to get that down the ice. Well played by the goalie there to save a few seconds. So they're back to 5-on-3 as of now. You can see we got 50 seconds before our first player comes out of the box. So it's 5-on-3 until then, unless they score a goal. Good positioning, Hunter. Good job in front there by Silas on the defensive end. Sent Jack McCamey loose, short-handed, going for the hat trick. Oh, so well played by the goalie. He left barely anything except the right side of the net, and Jack went for it and just missed it to post. I love that. Good play on both sides. I dare say, if there's such a thing, perfectly played by both players there. That was a 3-on-5 breakaway by Jack McCamey. Nearly got the hat trick. I don't know what that little horn was about. They're continuing to play. Maybe someone's elbow hit it. Maybe they weren't sure what to do with the penalty, but that's the right thing. Let him out. Jack McCamey in again, 1-on-3. Or a SpaceX breakaway. AKA a SpaceX breakaway. Don't feel bad about that goalie. Are you kidding me? He put on 3 moves that would beat most goalies, and it took him the third to beat you. What are you going to do? I don't count goals against by Jack McCamey as goals against. What are you going to do? What are you going to do against that? Just a beautiful display of stick handling. Holy smokes. I could be wrong if that's his third goal, but I believe it is. That mystery man, number 4, has the other one to my memory. That was a short-handed goal, 4-on-5 at 2-2-2 with period 2 to make it 4-0. But Perry Park, you know what? Put that kid through. He was something else last year, and he's just, I noticed in the practices, he's another level. One of the great joys of my son's preseason programming here is the extended training camp, whatever you call it. The preseason ice has been facing Jack in practice. Every time you stop that kid, it's an accomplishment. They've been going back and forth in the locker room. At one point, Jack said something like, if I score on you, you got to give me $5. And he didn't score the whole practice. So Elliot said, hey, I don't owe you $5. I said, Elliot, if you're going to free roll a kid, don't make it that kid. You got to get the $5 back. I don't think there's actually ever any money exchanged, I would hope. Even for a kid that talented, he's a little young to go pro yet. But it's a fun banter. Speaking of fun, get Hunter down there. see it. Some people misinterpret that as not taking the game seriously. I think it's important for a goalie to stay loose. Even if you were down 14-0, you know, you just focus on the very next play, and it's part of the position. It's very mentally demanding, and I think a good fun attitude helps a lot. But whatever your preconceived notion, you're going to find plenty of confirmation of, because it's the nature of the position. So if you see a goalie dancing and then he gets scored on, you say, see, he shouldn't be dancing. If you think a goalie should be dancing and he's dancing and makes a save, you say, see, he should be dancing. So people find the confirmation of the bias they have, and as a goalie, it's just important to do what works best for you. Because if you start thinking like a non-goalie, pretty soon you're going to be one. Well played, Hunter. Oh, it was well played. He had good positioning. I think he saw the shot and got down to block at 5-hole. It barely snuck in, thereby ending what has been a really good, nearly 2-period-long shutout bid. Again, though, that's just good hockey by 2 players, and the puck went in. Like to see that. Oops. Trying to adjust the tripod, over-adjusted it. But you could see from our angle here that he was well positioned between the 2 posts. Reacted well with his shot, got down. Honestly, don't know. I thought he saved it. So it just snuck in there, And that's it for Hunter and Elliott. Their brains are in an adjustment period now of the subconscious tracking that happens, where you need to see a certain number of shots, a certain number of reps before you can react to that speed. It happens every time you jump a level all the way along. And so every time something like that happens, he's more likely to stop it next time. He's certainly not far behind it. He was right there, so who knows, maybe that one will be enough, and the next time he'll be there just a fraction earlier and get down in front of it. Elliott's standing back and allowing Coach Chris to handle this one. This is usually one of my favorite parts of the game as a goalie parent, watching those 2 interact. It's not like that on every team, but Elliott's been absolutely blessed between Chloe and Hunter. He's had really good, really supportive, really fun goalie partners. Very helpful, and he's very helpful to them. It's really good. How you end up with a couple of banners like that, baby. Woo! One of those names is Hunter Campbell. One of those names is Elliott Roach. This is my telestrator. All right, heading into period 3. Really, oh, we got some extra time. That's good. I mean to check the time we have the ice until every game. I would expect this being an exhibition game that they just extend out. Well, they just did extend out the ice time we have, rather than end the game at its regular time and have it sitting empty. Anybody who was watching this team last year, hang on, here goes Ollie. Tip of the spear. See, even when he doesn't get the shot away, he creates opportunities. Still going. Oh, this is a member from Ollie. He gets it down there. He's so skilled at getting it down there. And then you get this nice, long, sustained pressure. All this is from that. And the other team's not scoring when the puck's down there, and we might. So, oh, my goalie, would that be fitting? Oh, nice shot. Big made. Started and finished by Ollie Scow. Good stuff, Oliver. He's a natural, but he puts in the work too. We run into him at a lot of the training we do, so for some of the training we do. Most of the training we do is goalie training, but when it's with players, he's out there. Oh, and it shows. That's how these players come back so much stronger than they left, a lot of them. We're fortunate on this island, we have excellent hockey development, as much as you could want. More sometimes. And then Kerry Park is just excellent for providing training opportunities and ice time and practices for these kids better than any other association I know. Ooh, that snuck through, but just on the outside side of the post. I don't think the camera would have been able to see that. Save was made, trickled through, and just hit the outside of the right post. Boy, oh boy, this guy doing a great job down there. It's often the back end of the third period that when a goalie's been holding the dam all game, it just can't sustain. Got an offside here, not a penalty, okay? Oh, Finley, nice play, no look pass. That was Jasper, not Jasper, that was Weston to Jack, looking for a fourth goal. Instead, it's the fourth time I've cheered that goalie. What a nice right pad save that was. Holy smokes. Oh, it was close. It was close. I agreed with playing it. He didn't have time to assess where he was on the ice, so either leave it or play it. Default to playing it. The risk reward is there. The benefit of playing it if you're not offside outweighs taking a face off there if you are. So good smart play by Brady. No one's ever questioned that kid's athletic IQ on display there. Beautiful pass out in front. Brady did as much as he could with it. He was in tight. Got a really good chance off and a really good save made. Don't tell these kids it's preseason, except for a couple of things here or there. This is in really good hockey. And when you look at Hunter and you see how much mesh is there, or you look at Elliot when he's in net and see how much mesh is there. But then you see how fundamentally sound they're playing when their size catches up to their fundamentals. It's going to be a beautiful thing. You like this guy down there? These kids are, after all, something like 5 feet tall. Oh, got it? Too soon. Oh, here we go. We got a turnover chance for Cole Wakeland. That's exactly what he does. That's how he got the nickname, crashing through people. Oh, yeah. Oh! Yeah, despite being 5 feet tall, they throw him in a net the same size as a 6'4" NHLer. I believe the smallest goalie in the league in the NHL is 5'11". He's playing in the same net as these guys. Now mind you, the players are on the same size ice surface, but I don't think it's the, they actually have more time in space. So it favors offensive production, which makes it harder on these goalies in what are, relatively speaking, soccer nets. And yes, for the record, I did talk this way before either of my kids were goalies. When my first son was doing what's called U7 out here, they were deciding in Ottawa, or I guess it'd be Hockey Ontario, whether to start with smaller nets for that age group or to go with the full size. So there's a lot of discussion around that, and I formed the opinion that, well, it just brought my attention to the fact that it's quite absurd how big that net is for these kids growing up, but it's good at a young age. It encourages goal scoring, which encourages fun and kids to play. And at that age, they're not really keeping scores. Oh my. Oh, nice glove save. It went off his glove, up and over behind the net, so puck's still in play. I think you know who this kid is. You knew the association? Yeah, and then when they do start, they don't keep score at those young ages. Parents do, and it's like 19, 17 kind of scores. And then as you get older, the scores do stay higher. I'd say at this level, an 8-6 victory is probably kind of something I would expect. We do get the 3-2 games or the lower scoring ones as well, depending on playing style, but in general, the higher you go up, the more the scores come down. Each defensive lapse has a value to it, right? And let's say that value is 1/3 of a goal, where there's a lot more defensive lapses at this level than the higher levels. So eventually it shows up on the scoreboard. What a nice give by Hammy to William Hamilton to Ollie. Good shot, nice try. I like that. Didn't work, but I like that creativity, and that stuff's not going to click until you've tried it a few times. And boy, if we could get those to start hitting as the season progresses, wouldn't that be something? Ollie again. Yes! Oh, is that it? It's in. Nice goal by Oliver Scow. He was pushing all game. Woo! Oliver Scow fence. No, that doesn't really work. Offense. No, that doesn't work. Ollie-O. The O stands for offense. Nice goal by Ollie-O. Some coaching going on there from Darren Van Owen. The more he's around this team, the better. Coach of the Kerry Park U13 Provincial Champions 2 years ago. You want to talk about cool banners up in this arena? Oh, what a beautiful pass. Really well defended by their number 13 down there. Very well may have taken away a goal. Perfectly played by that left winger. That makes me think it's probably Jasper Smith. He plays so perfectly, I can watch a whole game, not say his name, and he'll have 3 goals or 2 assists. He just consistently contributes. Oh my gosh. Oh, beautiful play by Weston. Did that sneak in? Again, either way, great goaltending, great hockey. No goal, wow. No, I know. All right, I can finally give credit to that number 4. It's Ethan, I don't know how you pronounce the last name. Thiele, Thiele. I know he's a friend of Elliot's from school. So he's a year older. And he's been impressing me a great deal this year. Glad I can finally put in a name to the credit. Oh, wow. Nice play there on the left wing. Jeez, these guys. You know, I feel like they're playing better already than they did the first period. I didn't mean to overcheer that 5-1 goal in the second, close to halfway through the third period. Not the greatest sportsmanship, but I really like to see Ollie rewarded. He so often starts the play and he's not the one to get the goal. So it's great to see him get that goal. So early in the season too. He gets some, but I wouldn't say he gets his fair share. Creator though. So yeah, I was happy to see him get that one. To explain why I was cheering a 5-1 goal like it was an overtime winner. One of the many beautiful experiences to come out of the heartbreak of losing Xavier is going through the old games. And Deborah went on and made public all his old U11 games. And when you're focused on one player so much more than usual, you just see these glorious moments of celebration and contribution. I mean, the big picture, it's meaningless, but he was an incredibly smart hockey player. Incredibly smart. It actually soothed me when he was on the ice with Elliot. So I knew he would do the right thing. And he did. And it was a joy to watch. And then when you go back and watch some of our gold medal games, to watch him celebrating and that kind of thing, it's heartwarming and heartbreaking at the same time. But it also really puts a magnifying glass on how important these experiences are. And you see the absolute elation and joy and camaraderie that these kids have with each other when they succeed together and experience this beautiful sport. It's worth all the time and effort that everyone puts into it, and it's focused people to how the game is so much larger than the game. What a beautiful play that was. Look at the size of Jackson now. Oh my gosh. Oh, what a beautiful goal. What a beautiful goal. Wow. Starting with the pass out of the zone, off the glass and up. Talk about an NHL style play. That was a short-handed goal. Holy smokes, good job out there by Carey Park. Was that William or Alex? See it in here, do color commentary. I don't. Okay. Carey Park hockey, baby. I was focused peripherally on the game as my eyes were somewhat teary there, and I was fortunate enough to have one of our skilled coaches in the stands here break down the play for me. If it didn't pick it up, it was Silas and William Hamilton there with the puck now, working in concert back on defense. Nicely done, Jackson, to stay onside and William to hustle back onside, leading to this. Wow, that's good hockey. These same four guys. No, that's Finley, different guy. With Silas out there that led to that goal, back and forth between the D. Beautiful breakout pass. You had Ollie down there supporting on the goal. Jackson taking what looked like an amazing opportunity that had evaporated and paid it off with the round the net backhand in tight. Well played by the goalie again, but I mean, you can only stop so many spectacular goals before there's a number like 6 on the board. It is a cruel position. He's played this game fantastically. I would say 9 to 12 would be the expected goal score. Oh no, more than that. More than 9. Okay, closer to 12. 10, 11, 12 goals would be the expected number up there, and he's got 6, which is a heck of a contribution. A 3 to 6 goal differential is pretty good. But yeah, just these guys just too good, playing really well, playing together, and that's hard to stop. So that is technically icing as the player came out of the box. But I was gonna say, I think it's a mistake because the puck was iced before the player came out. In fairness, the liney saw the player out of the box, saw the icing, so called it, but the head referee noticed, and either he blew the whistle and realized his mistake, or he caught the mistake. And when that happens, you just have a face-off at center ice, so that's what we're doing. If you're new to hockey, you're allowed to ice the puck when you're shorthanded, which we were in that moment. But as that 1 second ticked off, and we became even strength, you're not allowed to ice the puck. Icing the puck is shooting it from inside your own end, past the goal line at the other end. But it's waved off if someone touches it along the way or had a chance to touch it. So it's a subjective call. And just leaves a face-off back in your own end normally. But because of the mistake there, is at center ice. 1-on-3, you know what they call that? A SpaceX breakaway! Oh my God, so well played by the goalie. So well played by the goalie. Jack drew him left, sorry, do the goalie left. So from Jack's perspective, our perspective, drew him right, and then tucked it back left to what I thought was going to be a sure goal. And that goalie got his right pad back over there, and I think he kicked it with his skate blade. There's no way to play that in structure on platform. He just played it perfectly till he was out of position, and then scrambled and made the save. Keeps a 6 up there. Didn't even occur to me to cheer. It's like when something's so funny, you just think, boy, that's funny, but you don't laugh. That was spectacular goaltending. And Jack just being Jack. Don't give Jack a 1-on-3 or he's going to make you pay. Oh, bouncing puck just over the stick. That one was going to be wired. Holy smokes. So these 3 forwards, for those of you who don't know, are all first years. So now you can see why as second years last year we had, well, partly see why we had so much success. Well, that was a whole team effort, but this line, as you might imagine, did produce offensively for us. We have Jasper Smith out there hustling right now. Big, strong player. Weston McKinnon. Same thing, big, strong player. Both of them so offensively gifted with the aforementioned SpaceX Jack McKamey. Other players would rotate in and out. The gifted Brady Williams. You know, I think Duke Drinkwater at times. We have very balanced lines though, so for the most part, they're pretty set, but there's definitely adjustments made and things done for effect or for fun. But those 3, which seem to be playing quite well in this game, were obviously a core part of that. Oh, nice save, because that was wired, crossbar down. Blockered up and above the net by the goalie. Good job by Landon to keep it in, to throw it at the net to hope for exactly something like that. A tip by their own player to the stick of Brady Williams. Opportunistically and intelligently in the right spot. Takes it. Finds himself some space to the goalie's left, his right, and puts it in. Doesn't over-celebrate. That goalie should stand up and take a bow, if anything. He held that off as long as he could. It was kind of inevitable. What are you going to do? It's easy to say stop them all, but when they're coming like that, he's making saves, his rebounds there, body's all over the place, puck bouncing, gave himself a chance, forced Brady to make a good play, which Brady did. Really well done by everybody. Not always the case. This is a good game. If you just show me the game and well, I know our goalies make such a difference. I don't think I agree with what I was about to say, so I won't say it. I will say I think Peninsula deserves a lot better than 7-1, but that's hard to say with how many goals I believe our goalie's been responsible for stopping, but at the same time, I feel like they play pretty well. I mean, it doesn't feel like, oh my God. Holy smokes, a goal like that, you gotta go over and celebrate with somebody. Wow, huge goal by Brady. I swear, he's a lacrosse player, and I've said this before, the way that he stick handles back and forth reminds me of a lacrosse player as they run down the ice, not the ice, run down the floor, rotating, I don't even know what to call it, their stick? They call it a stick with the pouch on the end? Can you tell my son doesn't play lacrosse? The way they do that back and forth with the crossball, it's kind of like the hands he's developed. Like, that was sick. Like, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. How are you supposed to track that as a goalie? And then the nice finish. Oh, good adjustment by Silas. He's waiting to read his D partner. D partner fell down. He adjusted, got the puck over the blue line. William Hamilton doesn't give up on the play, gets up and brings it down, and this is him here. What a nice recovery from blowing a tire. He's looking to pass it. It wasn't there. Turn and shoot at the net. Never a bad idea. The puck's still loose. That poor goalie, 2 saves. Third one goes in top left corner. Whoa. Ethan Field. apologize if the pronunciation of your name's not right, but what a beautiful goal. Wow, are we seeing some good hockey here? Perry Park fans dancing in the stands. Very good first showing for this team. I think Peninsula has a lot to be optimistic about too. Obviously they want to create more offensive opportunities. I'd say I don't know that Hunter's had the most adventurous game of his life. Nice hustle there by both players. Oh my. This Peninsula team did lose some of their strongest players to VRC, which is a higher tier, they're a tier 1 team to start the season. So these two associations are both tier 3. Or maybe Peninsula's tier 2. They did play tier 1 last year in U11. Yeah, they lost 2 or 3 of their best players. Not their best, well, yeah, their best players. One of the games we recently rewatched, lots of laughs, lots of tears, was the game against this Peninsula Eagles team in Vancouver. Oh, which was an absolute barn burner. They had a kid on their team named Theo Hull who had 5 goals in that game, and we also had 5. And we ended up winning 6-5, if I'm remembering correctly, with less than a minute to go in the overtime. But you know what I've realized is the memories of these games blur together, and we went back and watched them. It wasn't exactly how we remembered it. I did lose my mind when Xavier scored. I called him XRP, and Deborah pointed out that's probably because I was conflating his actual initials, XRJ, with AP, Perry Park. But he scored in overtime on an end-to-end beautiful goal. He grabbed the puck here, and there's a guy right on him. He went whoop, 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 got around him as a defenseman, a stay-at-home defenseman, came down, beat someone here, another guy here, put it in the net and scored. Less than a minute to go, but that game was 4-4, but I'm almost sure that was against Peninsula. And he threw his stick in the air in celebration, and then right away he started like, oh, I should pick my stick up. He picked up his stick. Like he didn't want to make a mess, you know? Oh, and Elliot came flying. Chloe played that game. Elliot came flying in and jumped up into the huddle, and everybody was hugging and cheering. Glorious, glorious, glorious. Yeah. But I also remember from that game just how well their goalie played, which was Jack. That's why I thought this might be Jack. He's a special talent, their goalie. Oh my gosh. Get used to seeing that too. Jack McCamey forcing to play down the left wing, finding Weston McKinnon or Jasper in the slot for a tap in. Weston's so skilled at that. He didn't get that one, but with bodies draped all over him and half a hand on his stick, he's so often able to deflect it in front. Look at that battle in front of the net. Oof. Yeah, we see some real skillful goals from those guys. Landon with a nice, good, strong, hard shot, missed the net. Weston battling way in front. But yeah, to end up that thread, Theo Hall had the 5 goals in that game, and I remember that. It being a special performance by XRJ. Chloe was big in that game. Oh, that's well played there, because that was, oh my gosh. Posting in. What are you gonna do? Posting in. I don't know what, he's pointing goal? Is he also calling a penalty? I don't know on whom. Looks like on us. So Landon got called for something. Unsportsmanlike. That hands on the hips is unsportsmanlike, and Anyway, back to the goal. Good initial. initial save made. Oh no, well that's fine. You don't want to end the game on a goal against, but Hunter played so well throughout. And what are you gonna do? Shot right, rolling in the slot like that. Absolute howitzer, post in. That's gonna go in. No harm in that, no shame in that. No harm in it either, 9-2. Final score, really well done, Kerry Park. Game called because clearly we had the ice till 12-19. Important part of the game here. So the kids battling hard, and as soon as it's over, mutual respect shown. Emotional again. What an exceptional game by that goalie. 9 goals against. People wouldn't believe it if they weren't watching, but I think that was an outrageously good game. And I'm not sure his team had 9 shots, so to hold him in there against that onslaught, he should be very proud of himself. And he got better today. He didn't get any worse. Hunter really big when he needed to be. He deserved the 1 goal against. But both those goals were goals. What are you gonna do? One big spectacular save at least that comes to mind, and the rest he should have made. And a lot of times I saw good positioning. Good goalie work can happen when the puck's not even shot on net, and I saw a lot of that. I could say Hunter he finished last season so strong, and he's come back even stronger. So that's great to see. And really good game by both those goalies. Some really good play all around. You see Nolan over there beside Elliot, that big kid, Nolan Walker from the South Island Serpents, Papa, who ran some of that off-ice training, his dad, that Elliot was over there dabbing up his team, participated in. I think he might have been keeping track of shots against and that kind of thing, because the players are looking at his piece of paper. So no idea what that conversation's about with the Peninsula player. Off goes Hunter. Silas. Boy, he's going to be big for us this year. He is so impactful. All right, I'm going to end it there. I've said what I've meant to about Xavier this game. I give the last thought to him, and we'll have a game tomorrow.